On TV, on mobile, and online. Chelsea TV, wherever you may be. Now then, in a first for Chelsea TV, for the next 15 minutes of the show, we are going to take part in a Google Plus Hangout where fans from all over the world will be able to put their questions to Brana. So we're going to see how it goes. And I believe that our first viewer who has a question for Brana is James. Are you there, James?
Yeah, I am. Yes,
James,
I am.
what would you like to ask Branislav?
I was going to ask him, last year when we played Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final, we were 2-0 down with 10 men. Did you ever think we were ever going to win the game?
So the Champions League semi-final, how did you feel?
Yeah, it was not a lot of people believe in that, especially after 2-0 down. And for us also, wasn't this in the mind. We just, in that time, we think, okay guys, try to be focused and stay until the end of the game to try to do our best, to try to change. And I think in the football you always need just a little bit luck and just a little bit miracle. And I think for us was maybe the game where we doing really with the heart, really with all our emotion, and I think at the end of the day we deserve, because we score more goals than Barcelona and we deserve to be in the final.
Frank, we said at the time that we felt it was written in the stars for Chelsea to lift this trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the special thing about winning the Champions League. We didn't just win it, but the way we overcame certain hurdles. You know, the Napoli game when we had to come back from behind, Barcelona, tough game, and we rode our luck as well. Obviously, they hit the post and the crossbar and stuff, but it was destined to be, and that's what made it so special.
James, thank you very much for your question. Hopefully we'll get back to you with another one. But now we move on and welcome Steve. Hello, Steve.
Hi there.
What is your question for Branislav?
Yeah, who is the most skillful player at Chelsea?
Oh.
Wow.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah. I think in the moment, the way how he's played, Juan Mata is definitely the guy with the most skills and most technique. Also, we have the Eden Hazard and Oscar, which is with the technique incredible, amazing. I mean, and Marco Marin as well. And I think the Chelsea team changed a lot about this front line, and these guys is really the guys with a lot of skills and a lot of potential. I think they have improved every game, and they will be better game by game.
Absolutely. Steve, thank you very much for that question. As I say, we're going to try and get back to everybody, but now we're going to welcome Harry to the Google Plus Hangout. Hello, Harry.
Hi, hello.
Hello, what's your question?
Well, before I ask my question, I'd just like to say I'm a massive fan of Ivanovic, as you can see. But what I'd like to know is, what do you want to achieve in football that you haven't already achieved?
Oh, these are big questions. What would you like to achieve that you haven't already achieved in football?
A lot of things, yeah, and but also in some way you have to be happy with things what you've done in the past. And I think I didn't want to promise something and not do it after. So I will keep for myself this kind of thing.
Okay, you're going to keep that one to yourself. Harry, thank you very much for that question. And our final viewer on the Google Plus Hangout is Yura. Hello, Yura.
Hello.
Hello, what's your question for Brana?
Branislav, you played in Lokomotiv Moscow during 2 seasons. And I want to ask you, what is the difference between living in Moscow and in London?
It's a nice difference between Moscow and London.
Yeah, it's a lot of difference, and I always said in Moscow I feel from the first day like at home, and I was really happy there, and the style of the life is quite similar like in Serbia, and for me the language was easiest to learn than English, and I always have great emotion and great remembers from the Moscow. But I think for the setup and for this kind of things, I think here I set up quicker and completely different style of life.
Frank, could you see yourself settling into Moscow life?
I'm not sure about that. The old Russian hats on and all that sort of stuff. But like you said, it's the biggest test, I think, for, when you get Eastern European players and stuff, when they come to England, and especially London, it's so big, and you can get lost in it, can't you? And it's a big character test, I believe, when players come over, especially when they're at a young age, young men, and then they have to settle and be expected to play good football at the same time. It must be very difficult.
Yura, thank you very much for that question. We will come back to you, but we're going back to James. James, do you have another question for Brana?
Yes, I do.
Go for it.
Many football players have superstitions. Do you have any?
Oh, well, apart from the salt, do you have any?
Yeah.
I think you might have a few.
Yeah, I have a few.
Are there any you can tell us
few
about?
hundred.
A few hundred? You've got to be kidding me.
No.
Can you tell us, I know maybe you can't tell us, is there one you can tell us about? Something maybe you do before a match that you have to do?
Maybe I wear always first right boots. Maybe.
Always put the right boot on first. And
Same here.
on a match
I'm
day,
the same, yeah.
are there your superstitions? Are they all about on the day of a game that you have to do all these things, that you have to maybe eat the same food and drive and I don't know, things like that?
I don't know if it's superstition or just
Habit.
concentration or preparation for the game, and I can say yes, but every of us has different preparation for the game, but same aim to win the game. So it's a lot of things is I doing before the game.
Frank, did you have a few things that you did on a match
I
day?
had the same as Brana there, where I always put my right boot on and my right shin pad on before my left. I always done that. But the one that I had that used to wind the kit man up is always had to play in brand new socks. Could not wear socks that had been worn before. And obviously, as I dropped down the lower divisions, I had to start buying them because you're right in the Premiership, because you get them new socks if you want them. But as you go down the leagues, like you get kitmen, they're like, you can't have new socks every week. I says I will do, even if I have to pay for them. But I've always done that.
Do you still do that now?
Yeah. Always playing
To
brand new
this
socks.
day, still on that? I love that one. Lots of socks. James, thank you very much for that. That revealed a few things. Steve, your second question for Brana.
Yeah, as a football coach, I'm interested to know how you learned as a child to become a top player and what made you stand out to become pro.
Okay, so your early days as a footballer in Serbia.
Yeah, I think like every kid in the world starts for fun because you love the football, and I think that this age when you early start is all about love, and you are very exciting when you remember this period of the year, and from the like coach you always have the coaches which is changing, and from every of coach you can learn a lot, and if you catch from every of coach just couple simple things, you are improving.
Steve, thank you very much for that. It's an interesting question and answer. Now we welcome back Harry. Harry, what's your question?
Well, I just like to ask who you get on with most at Chelsea.
Okay, who are your close friends at Chelsea?
Yeah, a couple. Maybe in the beginning when I came was Andrei Shevchenko, and he helped me a lot, and I said again huge and massive thanks for that. And after that came Yuri Zhirkov, which is with speak Russian.
You were
and,
always together.
Yeah, and was great period, and I was very happy with him, and he is my real friend. And also in the moment, Marko Marin and Nemanja Matic, Slobodan Rajkovic, a lot of guys, which is they come and unfortunately they leave the club, but they are all of them is my very big friends, and I'm always happy with them.
Thank you very much for that question, Harry. Now we welcome back Yura. Yura, what's your question?
Okay. What role does family play in your life? and how the family supports you when you need their support.
I imagine family very, very important.
Yeah, for every of the footballer and for every of the person, his family is the one of the most important thing in the life, and they are always, when it's difficult to you, they are always with you, they are always believe, and of course, for me, my family means a lot.
Now, I think we do have time for one more question from everyone, which is fantastic. It's wonderful that you're with us on the Google Plus Hangout. So we bring James back in for your third and final question, James.
Yeah, in recent seasons you have scored many goals. Have you always been a defensive player, or yeah?
Oh, so maybe you started as a striker.
Yes, exactly.
you?
Yeah, I think every footballer and every kid, when they are started, they wants to be
Forward.
wants to be striker and score the goals. And I start like that, but when I start growing up and I move back and back, I
You were a
think
bit
I will
sad
finish. Yeah.
When you went that way,
I
were you a bit
think
sad as you went back? Or?
Not actually, because I saw the point of that, because I didn't score a lot of goals, and is the normal reason to go back and to try. But I think I'm very happy, and I think from the beginning of my career, everybody knows I will be the defender, because style of play and this kind of thing.
Well, we're very glad you're a defender. Thank you very much for that, James. Steve, your final question for Brana?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of players that don't want to play against you. But who would you not like to play against?
Ooh. Is there one player out there that is really difficult to play against or you wouldn't want to face?
Didier Drogba. I'm happy because I didn't play against him, but have a lot of good strikers, and I played against Fernando when he played in Liverpool, and was very difficult to play against him with the movement, he's really good and really great, and was very difficult to mark him, and but I'm happy I didn't play with Didier, I said again.
Steve, thank you very much for that. Harry, what is your final question for Branislav?
I'd like to ask, who were your football idols growing up as a kid, and who are your current football idols?
Okay, so when you were young, who were the players that you looked up to?
Is always have the team which is champions, and the players who score a lot of goals, but I didn't have actually the one person who is my idol or who is my favorite player, and when you're a kid this is change a lot. Every weekend by weekend, when somebody score you like him, and when another one not score you don't like, and
so you had a lot of favourites.
Yeah.
Harry, thank you for that. And finally, Euro, what is your question for Branislav?
Branislav, do you like cinema? And what is your favorite movie?
Oh, do you find time to go to the cinema?
Yeah, I like cinema, and when I have time I used to go. Maybe favorite movie, Gladiator.
Gladiator?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, no, that fits. Doesn't that fit?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
I could see you in
This is
Gladiator.
first what I...
It's the first one you thought of?
But I'm not big movies fan.
No, what do you, in your spare time, if you chose one thing?
Yeah, I watch the movie, I listen to music, and...
Just relax?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for your questions. That does bring an end to the Google Plus Hangout with Branislav Ivanovic, but thank you very much for being with us. On TV, on mobile, and online. Chelsea TV, wherever you may be.